I haven't visited Zamunda in a long time, so I'll be honest with you, I'd forgotten about my Zamundan immigration status. In terms of idealistic utopian black societies in fiction, Wakanda has taken that space, which is why I have a Wakandan passport. It's tattooed right here on my lower lip. But I'm not going to show you that. It's kind of gross. Wakanda has vibranium and magic and the potential for integration with superheroes, so obviously I spend more time there. Zamunda is more like Wakanda's friendly cousin. It's funny, probably cozier, and less dangerous. And it also might be better for a short-term vacation. Sometimes it can be an enjoyable and comforting thing to return to fictional locations that exist inside of art, inside of our minds. These places exist as landmarks for where we were versus where we are, and it's uniquely personal to all of us when we visit these places, remembering where we were and when we were, what things felt like. I remember the first time I learned about Zamunda from my Haitian family members who were just obsessed with this movie and the concepts of immigration being portrayed beautifully and realistically and unrealistically on the screen, just being portrayed at all. So I became obsessed with the film too as a kid. This week, we all returned to Zamunda. So this week, I dig Coming to America, the new movie out on Amazon Prime starring Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, Wesley Snipes, Jermaine motherfucking Fowler, Kiki Lane, James Earl Jones, Leslie Jones, Tracy Morgan, and many, many more fine actors and cameos and comedians. There are spoilers in this video, so I warned you. Coming to America is a sequel to the 1988 film Coming to America. I was born in 1988. That's 33 years ago. In the original film, Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall play two members of a royal African nation called Zamunda, where they're looking for a bride for Eddie Murphy's character, Akeem. If you know, you know. I'm telling you things you probably know already. And if you do not know, you should know this. You should be ashamed. I'm going to take your passport from you. In Coming to America, Akeem's got a wife and the family and everything he wanted, except technically no rightful heir to his throne because all he has are daughters. Lo and behold, he's got a son in Queens, a bastard like Jon Snow, Lavelle Johnson, who's played by Jermaine Fowler. Lavelle has to go through the trials to become a rightful heir and gets a Killmonger haircut in order to solidify a new era of peace from Zamunda, which is warring with the nearby nation led by Wesley Snipes. At the same time, we have Kiki Lane, who is the eldest daughter of Akeem, who is clearly a better choice to become the member of the throne, but she's a woman, so lo and behold, we have to figure out how to get around that as well, the patriarchy and that sort of thing. Wesley Snipes and his band of DDR playing warlords were my favorite part of the movie. I did not expect to feel bad for his daughter, Bopote, either, but I did. There's something really fascinating about that nation. These characters. How did Bopote get into that situation? Into that position where she's just a princess who just wants to do everything that her man asks her to do? Someone needs to find out if she's okay. If she's still standing there in that Zamundan palace, maybe they could do something in Coming 3 America where she's like, she never left that spot. Sort of like a parallel or a callback to the barking dog woman. So that when they make Coming 3 America, she's still standing there waiting. But 33 years into our future, so it's going to be in 2054. And they're like, she's never left that spot. And she's standing there like Lot's wife, turned into a pillar of salt. Super underrated Old Testament Bible verse, by the way. Every time I saw Leslie Jones in this film, I laughed my balls off. She is wacky as fuck, always fun to see. King James Earl Jones choosing to die in a coffin during his funeral was probably the most fucking metal thing in this movie, and I plan on doing something very similar after my death. Literally, I've planned what my death party is going to look and sound like. So shout out to King James Earl Jones of Zamunda. I gotta say that they did my man Jermaine dirty with having him chase lions in Zamunda, 3D CGI lions to cut their whiskers. I would have preferred to have more time with him and his haircutting bride to flesh out that romance, or to even get Jermaine any more kind of screen time with stream of consciousness talking, where you could get more time to look at us and break the fourth wall just like Eddie Murphy does, which is another thing I love when Eddie Murphy does. It is never a bad thing when he looks at the camera. I love it. I'm going to give the highest MP award to Baba, an unlikely star of the movie for me in terms of doing weird, unexpected shit. He also had a bomb-ass drawing of Lavelle. Did he draw this? How did he make it? What's this wizard shaman's story? He clearly has the highest MP of this film, which is why he's getting this award. And he's got some kind of strange story to tell. I am intrigued. Well done. Now, you know this movie has jokes. Some of them you'll see coming, some of them you won't. And those are my favorite ones. The ones that you don't see. Again, back to Wesley Snipes and his DDR warlords. Very, very fun and fantastic. If you do decide to visit Zamunda in this new world, do it with respect to the legends you see on screen. Markers of our past and present and future of cinema. I'll leave you with a question. If you could have a choice between a Zamundan passport and you could get to be royalty, or a Wakandan passport, but you do not have powers and you do not have, you're left with your current skill set, which do you choose and why? Thank you for watching this, and I will see you next time.